The Gillies Highway, as I said before, it is like 90 kilometers with 263 curves. We are gonna go to as high as 800 meters above the sea level. And in the late 18th century, this road, it was a pack horse. It was actually built because it was needed a connection between the mesa, the tablelands, and all the people who were here in the sea level in the Cairns area. There was no connection. It was very difficult. There was no cars, obviously. There was no trucks, no planes. So they needed a way to connect both areas, the top of the mountains and this area here. So one of the routes they built, it was this Gillies Highway. As I said before, it was a pack horse trail with a gate in the bottom and a gate on the top. At that time, it took like 2 hours to York town. At that time, you have to think that there was like 27 hotels at the time when the people arrived here, because the gold was discovered. There was just not gold, there was also tin and some copper. And yeah, the people they digging here in the side of the rivers, looking for gold. When they finish with the gold, and then it was like 10 years, they start clearing the land. They start carrying all the beautiful trees and the nice timber, like red cedars and myrtles. And once they had cleared the land, they start with agriculture. And the vegetation that you can see here all along the Gillies is like a dry forest. It does belong to the wet tropics as well, but it's completely different. It's not like a tropical forest, a wet forest. This is a dry forest based on eucalyptus or gum trees, how we call them in Australia, gum trees. There is like 800 different eucalyptus or gum trees. Just of 100 of that 800, you can find them here in a farm of Queensland. And there's a lot of people who think, okay, if there's so many eucalyptus, it must be koalas. No koalas. You have to think that the koalas, they are very passive. Of that 800, they just eat 10 eucalyptus. 10 of the species, they just like those ones. Don't give them any other one because they want to eat it. Actually, once a year that the council, they do like a controlled burning of the soil. And 3 or 4 months ago, all you see here very green, it was like completely burned because the council do like a controlled burning of the soil. The Aborigines were doing that as well, but actually they do it because there's a lot of seeds that are inside the pods, especially the gum trees ones. And the heat, what it does is just makes that pods to open so the seeds can be removed. That burning is actually, it does help to rejuvenate the forest. And these little cycads or these little palms I've shown you, they look very, very beautiful when there is this burning because they, you know, they look like they have been completely burned, but actually it does help them to grow stronger. A lot of handmade products. This is the Lake Akan Hotel. It takes the name from another lake that there is close here, Lake Eka. This is one of the oldest remaining buildings from the settlers area. I hear that it's in process of restoration and that it will be good because it's very nice. The life of Yungaburra started in the early 18th century, and it was an overnight stopping place for the miners and the settlers. It takes its name from the Yidinji language, Yungaburra, meaning a place of questioning. And you have to know that Yungaburra, it wasn't the original name. This place, it was called at the beginning Alumba Pocket. But when the train arrived here in the early 19th century, they decided to change the name because it was similar to another one. So they say, okay, no, it's not going to call Alumba Pocket anymore, we are going to call it Yungaburra. This street here is where there is more heritage listing houses, like the police here on the right hand side. You have the police office. This is one of the buildings that has been heritage listed. Very nice options for straight staying here, like B&Bs. The little church that we saw before is St. Patrick. It's a Catholic church and it's heritage listed. Post office, it's heritage listed as well. Yeah, every fourth Saturday you have the markets here. Every fourth Saturday of the month. Obviously, main industry, it's the tourism. They really live around